Hey guys, welcome to the Trophy Life podcast. I'm your host, Tara Smith. From beauty to wellness, wife life, motherhood, and everything feminine in between, the Trophy Life podcast is a place where you can feel inspired and empowered and ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve. It's hot to romanticize your life, so grab a mocktail or your favorite cozy beverage and let's get into it.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Trophy Life. You guys, I am currently filming this on the beach, in my beach house in Hawaii. So I'm very excited for today's episode because we'll just get right into it. A little life update for you. So we are in Hawaii for Colby's brother's wedding and very excited. We have some family with the beach house here, so it's very fun. We're like literally on the beach, so we walk every morning to breakfast. It's like a 3-mile walk. We walk along the beach there during the sunrise around like 6 a.m. And then we walk back and it is just like, it's a dream. It's so amazing. So if you want to see more, go follow me on Instagram. I'll still be here for a few days when this episode goes live. So yeah, just go follow me on Instagram, Tara Kelly Smith. Watch the stories, more fun stuff over there. 5 favorites for the week. Very hyped for this week's favorites because I've been very into my sourdough toast game, and specifically sourdough toast with peanut butter, cinnamon, and raw honey. And I used to get allergies, and I honestly don't get them anymore, and I swear it's from it's from eating / I guess drinking, if it's in tea, some local raw honey. It is so great. There's like something with the bees and, the honey, and it has to be specific. Like the honey has to be from where you're from, but I love it. It's so great. So really fixated on this specifically before I go to the gym. It's really great to get in like some carbohydrates. I also love to get in like 3 eggs if I can. Love some protein because then I feel like I'm like burning fat. Anyways, that's my current fixation. Second thing is evening walks. Me and Colby have been doing this with our 2 dogs, which by the way, both of our dogs are at dog training right now. They're at boarding school while we're in Hawaii. So they are learning, Nova's specifically learning recall and just to walk on a leash properly. She's honestly the perfect dog. Like she's so great, but she can definitely use some help in those areas. And then Luna is a puppy, so she's obviously just needs help in literally every aspect. And the trainer was saying that Nova's very eager to please. Luna is very middle child energy. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to push the boundary. Typical Shiba Inu behavior, okay? But we love her. I love Luna so much. She is so fun. She's such a character. And she really gives Nova a run for her money, along with me. But I'm also a middle child. So like, I completely understand where Luna is coming from. And I also completely understand where Nova is coming from as the oldest child. Third thing on my list is the Purely Elizabeth chocolate cookie granola, specifically, obviously with Greek yogurt and strawberries. When I tell you this is the best treat at night, it feels like you're eating an ice cream sundae, but you're getting in protein and you're getting in some, chia seeds, some good fiber. It is so delicious. I really love it. So very fixated on that. Fourth thing is cooking more at home versus eating out. I have just been noticing, I've noticed this for the past few years. This isn't just like a recent occurrence, but I'm trying to be more mindful of it. I've just noticed how, the food that I'm eating out just makes me feel so garbaggio. And I am obviously in Hawaii right now, so we're eating out a lot, but I'm eating honestly like just a lot of fresh fish, which is so incredible and so amazing, and I absolutely love it. Like tonight we had some red snapper that was cooked in like a wine glaze with some lemon on it, and it was sauteed. and then I had some like cabbage and some potatoes, and it was so good. So really just loving cooking in, but of course, like I was just saying, when you're on vacay, a little hard to do that. But when I am at home in my regular routine, I just really love cooking at home. Okay, the fifth and last final thing from the favorites of the week is lymphatic drainage on my entire body. And that includes my face. I love a gua sha for a lymphatic drainage, but I also really love to just like use my hands. I just think the cool thing with the gua sha is it really helps to give a good sculpt. And it's different from like an ice roller, because you guys know I love the Skinny Confidential ice roller. That I would say is more for like instant inflammation, but it's not like for sculpting your face. And I use them in tandem. Like I love both of them, but every morning when I put my homemade moisturizer on, I will like massage it into my skin and just really like stretch the muscles in my face, kind of like a mini face workout. We need to be working out our face just like we do the rest of our body. And your lymphatic system is so incredibly important. And so I specifically, what I do is you kind of want to wake up your lymphatic system on your collarbones, actually. And so you like pat above and below your collarbones, and then you tap with your fingers. And then you do that like a few times, and then not like patting super hard, but like I can make a whole TikTok video on this if you guys want. And then I do my face and my neck, and you want to just push, all that fluid, that retention, just down into your lymph nodes. But a lot of times our collarbone lymphs are blocked, and so you can't actually drain out the fluid that's like in your face and your neck. And I've just become very obsessed with lymphatic drainage, especially after I got my Colombian massage, and they were just like, man, my body was worked that day. That was insane. But it doesn't have to be that aggressive. And it's really great if you have inflammation, autoimmune, anything like that. It's incredible for it. So very much so a big fan of that. Next thing I want to get into in today's episode is how to be a hot girl with rituals and hobbies. I feel like this is so Trophy Life coded, because Trophy Life at its core is really truly about romanticizing your life and becoming the best, hottest version of yourself, and so you can live the life that you desire and deserve. Like that is the core meaning of Trophy Life, and any girl who can relate to that or wants that is, Trophy Life is perfect for you. So thanks for being here. I love you so much, and I'm the same. So we have that in common. So at first, I wanted to give like a good introduction to like why hobbies even matter in the first place, and same with rituals. So I actually looked up some studies, and there are some studies that have been done around hobbies and rituals. So I'll start with hobbies first. Why do hobbies matter? So a 2015 behavioral medicine study showed that engaging in leisure activities lowers cortisol levels, aka the stress hormone, and it increases positive emotions. Think like a reset button for your brain, okay? Hobbies help to give you a sense of mastery, social connection, and they put you in a flow state. So these are all benefits found in other, scientific studies, not just the one that I was just talking about. So, okay, now let's talk about if you don't have any hobbies or you want to get some new ones, these are kind of some good places to start. And I really tried to get creative here. Oh, and by the way, I'll tell you why rituals matter in a second, but first I just want to give you some ideas for hobbies, because I feel like a lot of women specifically are like, I love the idea of hobbies, but like I've never connected with anything, or I don't know what I would even enjoy. So I'm going to give you some ideas. So the first one I have is coloring. Adult coloring is I love it personally. I'm honestly, I haven't been as into it recently, but in 2019, I was obsessed with it, and it was just so therapeutic. It's very creative, so I could just think of really great, fun ideas. And I love it. There's so many fun coloring books on Amazon. Okay. The second idea that I had was getting very good at baking a very specific baked good. So some examples of that could be sourdough, chocolate chip cookies, dinner rolls, like just something that's so niche where you're like, I want to be really good at making brown butter chocolate chip cookies. Like those are your thing and that's what you're known for. I think that is very fun because you can just, make like 20 batches of chocolate chip cookies over time and you'll come to find the recipe that you like the most. You take it to any event you go to, everyone knows you for it. I think that is so fun. It's chic, it's cool, and it's something that other people can look forward to and you can look forward to it. I love that. Okay, my third idea is hosting themed parties. I also personally love to do this, and you can put as much or as little work into it as you want. I actually have an episode all on hosting. So if this is something that you like, I would go back and listen to my hosting, basically how to host a perfect event. I give all my hosting tips that I've learned over the years. And anyone who has been to any party that I have hosted will definitely say that it's very fun and a good time. So, yeah, I would recommend that episode. Okay, the fourth thing I have is I don't even know how I thought of this because this is so niche, but perfecting the art of wrapping when it comes to gifts. So just having like a signature way that you wrap. Maybe it's, bows, ribbon, or, some creative way to wrap a gift. I think it's so fun to just get creative, and it's an extra bonus because you can share it with other people and other people get to like indulge and experience this craft that you made, and it's can be even personalized to them. For Christmas, our gifts to our parents, which we didn't end up giving them their Christmas presents because their Christmas presents were related to becoming grandparents, and so I had miscarried like a week before Christmas, and so Christmas last year was like just really hard for me, and so we didn't end up giving them their gifts, but they were wrapped so cute. I always go all out with my wrapping and people love it. And I'll always personalize it in some way. So this year on the ribbon that I had, I put everyone's full name on the ribbon and it turned out so cute. Okay. The next idea I have is making your own statement pieces. So like think knitting, sewing, all those types of tools. I feel like there's even more types of like ways to get crafty that I don't even know about. But you can make your own totes, pillows for your home, bows, headbands, birthday gifts, just like gifts for others. Possibilities are endless here. And I think it's so fun. It's something that's so feminine and creative. And yeah, like that's such a fun hobby. I wish I could be like into those things, but I think knitting is like literally one of the coolest things ever. And crocheting, like, it's so cool. Love it. Okay. The last hobby idea that I had that I thought you would probably love is if you're into cooking or baking, is writing down all of your recipes on cards and like getting really fun and creative with like how you're storing them and how you're writing them down. Like you can like put them in like a cute vintage box of some type, like maybe, something that's meant to hold like letters or something, just like something very fun, and you can pass it down to your kids one day and they can pass it down to their kids. They could even add to it. Like it could be like a family heirloom. I think that is so cool. And you'll notice one kind of, besides like the coloring, every one of these hobbies is cool because it positively impacts people around you. And so, yeah, I think it's so cool when you're good at something to share with other people. Okay. So that's kind of my thoughts on hobbies. So let's get into rituals. So why do rituals matter? emotional regulation, identity and belonging, boosting happiness. It helps to process grief and transition. Again, all these are based off of scientific studies that, these benefits, for these benefits, I'm not just like making them up. I think the emotional regulation and the identity and belonging are so cool because a lot of people, their identity is wrapped up in things like their work, which I think is very normal. But I think it can be really cool if you create your own rituals that help you to basically take control of, your life and what you want to experience in your day to day. And again, just like taking full control over that. Okay. What makes something a ritual? So it's repetition, intention, and symbolism. For symbolism, think like self-care or like a big transition, something just big happens in your life and you're like, I want to make some sort of a positive change. And of course, if you don't feel like you have any rituals or you're like, I don't even know where to start with this, then I got you. Also, what even is, I guess I just said what even is a ritual, but like, I guess my examples will kind of help to like give you some ideas of some. Okay. So the first thing that I wrote on here, which I think this is really fun, and I actually started doing this year. And when I tell you that it honestly has made my life, like it is been so fun and like so romanticizing my life, if you will, by doing this. And that is creating or curating a seasonal wardrobe and like doing this every season. So essentially what I've been doing is in the winter time, I did this in the fall and then I'm doing it again in the springtime. So I guess I kind of skipped winter, probably because in winter I just like wear the same thing every day. But I'm putting together cute outfits for like a date night, a casual daytime outfit, maybe a church outfit, maybe a ski trip outfit, just something that is really fun, or it can even be like based on activities that I want to do. And sometimes planning your outfit for that can just be so, again, it's just like, it's romantic, it's fun, it's cool, it's just like, it's very fun. And it also feels like it also is cool because you're getting rid of something that normally can be like stressful when you're like doing it when you're in just like a fun mood on a random Sunday. You know what I mean? You can put on a podcast, pick out some cute, fun spring outfits. Love it. So I've been really loving doing that. And that's something I want to be more regular with and do it every season. And then also like cleaning out my closet while I'm at it. Okay. This is another thing that I personally do, and I'm obsessed with this. It is weekly planning every Sunday. So every Sunday, Colby and I, we sit down together and we kind of just go over our week. So this is just kind of things that like we're doing together. We'll, plan out our date night for that week. We always go on a date every Saturday. And sometimes we have events with like friends or whatever on either Friday or Saturday. So we'll plan that. And then I have a content schedule that I have for Trophy Life and my own personal Instagram and TikTok. So I'll go through, look at the past week before then. Colby and I do that on Saturday as well. But then I'll just view things, see if anything needs to be changed. I'll update it. And then anything that needs to be in my calendar, like calls that I have with brands or campaigns to post, I'll, have that in there. So I think this is such a game changer. And again, it's a ritual that feels so good and it's such a massive form of self-care, and your future self really thanks you for it. And I feel like it also helps me when I'm going through my day-to-day. I'm really getting the most out of my days when I'm really good with my Sunday weekly planning, because everything is so intentional. And when you have intention behind something, it's really hard to not do that thing. And if I don't do the thing, then it's from, which this does not really happen. But, maybe I'm like maybe it's honestly probably more common that if I don't do something from my weekly Sunday planning, it's probably because I like started my period or I'm not, feeling good, which I don't ever get sick. So it's most likely from my period. Okay. The third thing that I have on here is a morning beverage. So every morning you have, for example, a matcha. You go downstairs and you make your matcha and you make it in usually the same way. And it's just something that you look forward to. Or maybe you love coffee or tea, or you love herbal teas or lemon water, just anything. And I think having that to look forward to, whatever it is that your heart desires, is so fun. And again, very romantic in your life. And I love that. Okay. Of course, if you don't already, a nighttime skincare ritual. I will share what mine is, and I love it so much, and I always look forward to it. I try to wear makeup of some type every day, even if it's just like a light tinted moisturizer. I love the feeling of getting ready and pampering myself, and I love the process of getting ready every day. Love it. So every night when I take off my makeup, I love to put on a YouTube video. Sometimes I'll also put on a podcast. And I love to just enjoy my YouTube video while I'm taking off my makeup. I'm putting on my homemade moisturizer. Sometimes I'll do a skincare mask. And it just feels like the epitome of self-care. And it's so fun. And I'll watch I love to watch YouTube vlogs. I love watching vloggers. And so that's usually what I'll do. And it's just so fun to have a little video to look forward to, especially at the end of the day when you accomplished a lot that day or you were productive. Like it's just the best feeling. Okay. The next one we have on here is a movement ritual. I think this is so incredibly important for everybody to have. And if you don't already have a movement ritual, this is your sign, okay? I think a lot of times people overthink working out, getting movement in, and our bodies are so grateful for any movement that we get. And I think when you're not thinking so much and it's just a habit, aka also a ritual, I think it just becomes more effortless and you love it. Like maybe you love walking. Go outside, it's starting to get warmer outside, which is exciting. Put on a podcast and walk around your neighborhood. That is so great. And you could easily get in, 10,000 steps in like an hour to an hour and a half. And that is so beneficial for your mental health, your physical health. It's so great. Okay. The next thing I have is the 2 out of 3 rule. So this rule is basically, it's something that I personally live by, and I know I've talked about it on the show before. And it's essentially just choosing 2 of the 3 of these daily, and it's having your makeup done, your hair done, or you're wearing clothes that aren't like sweatpants or pajamas, you know what I mean? And choosing, sometimes I do all 3 of them. Honestly, often I do just fully get ready, but if I'm having a day where I'm like really strapped for time, I'm like, okay, usually I'll just do my hair, do some makeup, or honestly, I feel like I always do makeup, and then I've really liking getting dressed recently. My hair is pretty naturally it's pretty low maintenance. I did just get it cut. I cut like 6 or 8 inches off, and then I cut bangs, which was so needed, and I'm loving it. It's like a fun spring transition. But yeah, I think this is just so important, and I feel like I've talked about this again before, but with COVID, everybody just stopped getting dressed, and I was like, why am I still wearing sweatpants and leggings every day? Like, I need to romanticize my life, get dressed, because it feels so good to do that. And the last ritual I have on the list is seasonally going through your favorite local coffee shop and getting the new drink for that season. By the way, I came up with all these. I didn't use AI for any of this, okay? And I'm very proud of myself for that because I got very creative with all of these. I think this one is so fun. I don't personally drink coffee. I don't like it, but I think that if you do, you don't even have to, you can get like, and I guess you can also do it with a matcha or like, something else. It could even be Starbucks. Like, they always have fun seasonal drinks. I think that that is so fun, and it's something that you can look forward to. Like, I know Starbucks just came out with like a pink strawberry matcha or something. So it's like got like pink cold foam. It honestly maybe not new, but I don't really know because I don't really go to Starbucks. But or like the pumpkin, like everyone loves the pumpkin spice latte. Like that is a PSL. Everyone's obsessed. Stuff like that is so fun. I think it's a little bit more fun when it's a local coffee shop because I don't know. I just feel like it's fun to support local, and then it's also cool because it's unique to where you live. But again, Starbucks is great too. So those were some ideas for some rituals that I had that I think are, again, a great place to start. But if you don't like any of them, go on to ChatGPT and look up some other ones. But yeah, I highly recommend a lot of these. I personally do, a lot of them, and they're great. I really love hobbies too because I think hobbies are so therapeutic for me. And I love like baking and cooking specifically because I love content creation and it's very fun for me, but it's also, I think, very important to have a hobby that you do outside of your work. I also do love hosting. I am kind of like pulling in the reins back on hosting a little bit just because it's hard for me to do something and not spend a insane amount of time on it. When I hosted my future sister-in-law's bachelorette party, everything takes so much longer than you think it will. And for me, time is so valuable, and a week, goes by and you're like, I have to do this, and it's obviously incredibly fun, but I just think there can be better ways for me to spend my time right now. But I do really love hosting, especially for big events like the Super Bowl and Christmas. Like, oh, very excited for that. We're going to start hosting Christmas Eve dinner starting this year, and I'm very excited. And I think that that will be something I really look forward to hosting every year. And I'll probably start planning it out like literally months in advance because it's just, again, like, I love it. It's such a fun hobby for me. Another thing I really like about, I would say, rituals more so give me a lot of self-confidence. And also it feels like such a labor of love for my future self. It really is. Like, I am always so grateful that my past self did, that she's been doing her weekly planning every Sunday or making sure she's keeping up with her movement ritual. Like, it is just so, it's something that only gets better with time. And like consistency with hobbies and rituals will literally just pay dividends on your life in so many different ways. And it's not like you have to do them every single day. It's just, with the rituals, some of them are quarterly, some of them are weekly. Like movement, I guess, is really the only one. And the 2 out of 3 rule are the only ones that are, daily. But besides that, everything, and those just kind of become a part of your life and who you are. And if you're someone who really values feeling and looking good physically, then, having a movement ritual is so great. So yeah, I think a good ritual just really always helps. And if I ever feel off one day, I think it's really nice to just know, like, okay, I just got to get back to the basics. What are my basic rituals? Okay, it's movement. We're going to do our weekly Sunday planning. We're going to set the intentions for the week. And, life just, it only goes up from there. So only positive benefits. Okay, you guys, that is going to be it for this week's episode. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I had so much fun writing this episode out on the plane. I always do a pretty good Apple note on just like an overview of the episode. So I'm very intentional with everything I talk about because I want every moment of the show to be very meaningful for whoever's listening, and I want it to benefit you or entertain you, whatever we're talking about that week. And I think this week was really good. Also, I really hope the audio was good because I'm filming on a different mic that I normally use. I usually use like a $600 mic, and I'm using a $30 mic. So we'll see. You never know. I think the audio sounds pretty good, but you might sound a little bit different, a little bit of a downgrade from my regular setup. But Colby was like, you should film on the beach. And I was like, dude, my mic is not good enough for that. I'm like, there would be wind in the background for sure. But yeah, I think that is a fun idea. But yeah, I'm doing tons of vlogs and stuff. I just filmed, it was our first day today, and I filmed a little morning in my life for you guys. So it was really fun. And I don't know, it's fun. I'm really liking just documenting my pre-conception, pre-pregnancy journey, because I never see people do that. And I just think it's really fun and cool to share. And I love the DMs that I've been getting from other women about, just being in the same boat, because preconception is it's like a whole part of pregnancy that I feel like, again, no one talks about. So if you fit into that category, or you will soon, then I'm sure you'll love watching my vlogs. I just share a lot of stuff that, I do that helps make a big difference. Yeah, I'm excited. So I'll have to do an updated episode soon on pregnancy things, because there's just so many updates around it constantly. So also remember, come and follow Trophy Life Club on Instagram. Okay, we just have that as our only that's our only current Instagram, so don't listen to what the outro says. But I'm always doing a giveaway on just people who comment here on podcast episodes, because you can leave comments like on Spotify. I know you can. I think you can on Apple too. YouTube as well. And I'm constantly just giving away massive boxes of PR. So, it's all brands that are sold at Sephora. Every single one. Also Ulta, but definitely like a lot of really high-end Sephora brands. I just give all my PR away to you guys, because literally I wouldn't have it without you. And if I want something, I will go buy it from Sephora. I want you to have my PR. So that's what makes me happy. And yeah, so there's that. So yeah, come and comment. You just leave a comment on the Instagram, podcast, whatever, like I was just saying. So if you didn't know that, now you know. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Before you go, I have something exciting for you. I'm doing a giveaway. So to enter, all you need to do is rate and review the show either on Apple or Spotify. Make sure that you're subscribed to the show, of course, so you never miss an episode. And head over to the @TrophyLife Podcast Instagram and leave a comment on my latest post and let me know what your favorite takeaway was from today's episode, or comment some emojis, just something, and that will basically enter you into the giveaway. The more that you engage, the higher your chances of winning are, so don't be shy. I'll see you. I'll be engaging with you. And this is something I'm going to be doing ongoing. So even if you're listening to this episode later, you can still go and comment on my most recent post, and it will 100% get you entered into the giveaway. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow the podcast, of course, on Instagram @Trophy Life Podcast. And if you haven't already, come join the club @Trophy Life Club. This is just a community for the girls who like to romanticize their life and want to become the best version of themselves. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube @TaraKellySmith for more content. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next episode. Love you. Bye.